Hey, how's it going? This is the Callista Show, the first ever episode of the Callista Show. I'm Dave.
I'm Scott.
And we are going to talk about our 5 funniest gigs. I think this is a good topic to do for our first podcast.
Yeah.
So I think we'll start with General Henry's.
Yeah, it's our first show.
Our first ever show.
I guess it's a good place to start. That so much funny stuff happened at that show, considering it was our first ever one. And I think that's why I remember it all so well.
It was just ridiculous, yeah. I'm just laughing thinking about it already. Let's get started. What do you have in your notes as the first thing?
Just how much of an asshole we were to Jacob on the train, and I really want to apologise to him for that, because I'd probably known him like 2 months at this point. I think it really upset him at the time, I think, as well.
Sorry, Jacob.
But how did it start? We were getting the train through Arundel.
Yeah, that's it. And he goes, "Oh, my dad lives there," and he pointed at Arundel Castle.
That was just enough for us to just run with things. And Jacob said this at our practice, and when me and you just get something stuck, that's just it. There's no fix. It could be weeks, it could be months, it could literally be years that we have that thing stuck and we keep doing it. But that stuck for a while, like the King stuff. Yeah. So basically we called him because his name is last name at the time was Kinsella. We called him King Seller because it was like he lived in a castle and he was like royalty. It's not even that funny when you think about it. But
but we just were pretty intense about it.
You remember, and then we got off the train and we're trying to figure out where this place was.
I was like, "Can you take us to the nearest tavern, Jacob King Seller?"
And it was like, I'm gonna use Google Maps. Can you ask your scrolls the directions to the tavern? Yeah. The whole time he's just like, "Guys, it's not even funny," and I guess it really wasn't that funny.
I think this is going to be a theme. We're going to find things really funny that are not actually that funny.
It's going to be so fucking boring for anyone who's not asked to listen to be fair.
Right, so we get to this venue in Littlehampton. It's called General Henry's, and it's we're going to mention 3 gigs we played here, just all as the first part. But we've got 4 more gigs.
Insane.
But it was just ridiculous. This place is insane. So we turn up. The first thing that happens is we are encountered by the sound man. The
sound guy, yeah. He was also, I think he runs the place. I don't know. He's just some weird bald guy. Yeah. He was eating a ham sandwich, wasn't he?
We'll get onto that.
Oh, is that a different show?
No, it was that show.
They all blend into one.
There's a funny moment with the ham sandwich.
Oh, okay.
So we get there and he's like, "Oh, are you playing?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, what genre are you guys?" And we were like, "Oh, melodic hardcore, post rock." And he was like, "No. Are you rock? Or are you that poppy, girly, sissy shit?"
He was particularly confused by the word ambience. We mentioned, it's kind of heavy, but there's these ambient bits, and he's like, "Ambience? What does that mean?"
and then we were like, "Yeah, we've got a backing track as well." And he goes, "Backing track? This is live fucking music."
That's one of those jokes, when I said it could last years, I don't think we've ever stopped saying that. Literally ever. Whenever we're setting up a backing track anywhere, that was, how long ago? That was 8 years ago, nearly.
Yeah.
And it's just never left me.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, this was midday as well, because the show started at 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 6 bands were meant to... I think it was meant to be more, to be honest. I think it was
probably
meant to be 8 bands.
8 or something. Yeah. It's meant to be an all-dayer thing.
Yeah, and us and one other band turned up.
Yeah.
So this was already bound to be a disaster. What else?
Was tables and chairs everywhere.
Yeah, so there was no standing room.
So even if there was a crowd, which there wasn't, they would just be sitting on chairs and tables. It was just after your 18th birthday.
No, it was literally my 18th birthday.
Your 18th birthday, ordering your first pint, and you're like, "Scott, what's a nice beer?" I was like, I don't know, Kronenberg. And, you were just so nervous to order it that you were like, "Can I have a Kronenberg?"
Luckily, I didn't actually say it properly, but the barmaid knew what I meant somehow. And then gave it to me. Yeah.
Bear in mind, still, this is midday. You're just drinking your 1 pint at midday because you can, and it's literally
because I could. Yeah. I was I'm the oldest guy in the band, apart from Lewis now, but at the time I was the oldest. So I was like kind of like flexing on you all.
Didn't me and Matt at that show? I think we like snuck some beers in that weird room to the side of the stage.
I think so. Yeah, that was a strange room. This room had just all kinds of junk in there.
There was a saw in there at one point.
There was a saw. There was loads of shit, but basically, we played. It was very inconsequential.
We played to a crowd of my girlfriend at the time and Matt's girlfriend at the time, sitting on a table and chairs, like looking like why the fuck have our boyfriends dragged us to this shit?
Yeah.
No, we technically headlined that though.
Well, we played last. Yeah. The other band totally deserved to headline in brackets.
Yeah,
this show.
They've been going for like a few years.
Yeah.
And they sounded like a Foo Fighters cover band.
They looked like a Foo Fighters cover band as well.
Yeah, they all looked like the same person.
Oh, this is the bit with the ham sandwich. So basically, the singer/guitarist was asking for more of his guitar, I think, in his monitor, and he was asking, and we looked around at the sound guy because there was like no response.
I remember
he was there with a little bit of ham sticking out of his mouth, with like this gormless look on his face, just like.
That guy. And he was the backing track guy. Yeah. The fucking ham sandwich.
Live fucking music. Anyway, we played a couple of other gigs there. I think a notable thing is where there were no drum felts.
Yeah.
So we went backstage
to that weird room.
Yeah, to that weird room.
Because we're like, there's everything in this room except drum felts, apparently.
Yeah. I think there were like stands and cymbals and stuff. But what we found as an alternative was tea bags.
Yeah.
So we had to use tea bags as drum felts, and they didn't work that well because like into like our first song they just all disintegrated.
It's just tea like all over the stage.
Yeah. Who was our drummer then? Was it Jordan?
It was Jordan. It was I think it was his first show with us as well, which is like, why did he stay after that?
Yeah.
Why? That day the crowd, inverted commas, was quote marks, speech marks.
Yeah.
The crowd then was his family. But
there were a few more people there than the time before. It felt a bit nicer. But
was that the time there was a guy in a Periphery shirt and you were like, hey, if you like Periphery you might like us, and then he just was like, okay, and then just didn't watch us. He left before we played.
I think going back now, I literally just realised I think I know who that guy is.
No,
because like I haven't thought about that guy since you just said that, but his face is still in my mind, and I've just realised it's someone I know. I'm not going to say who it is though. Yeah.
Going back to the teabag drum things though, I thought I was so fucking cool at the time. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
I punched the cymbal because I was like, oh, big ending, I'm just going to punch the cymbal because I'm fucking cool. And I cut my finger open. And
I remember this.
Because there was obviously it's being held on by a tea bag. It just like flew off and nearly decapitated Jordan. Again, like, why did he stay after that being his first show for so long?
Wow. Yeah, so General Henry's, everyone, that is a classic venue.
I think that's all we can say.
You're missing out if you never played there. No, there was the one time when we played there where they were all watching like Monty Python. And it was like, literally, you walk into that venue, it's like stepping back 500 years in time.
It's like a tavern.
Yeah, honestly, it's something else. But I think that's enough of General Henry's. We've been talking about it for like nearly 10 minutes. So
yeah, it's time to put General Henry's to rest forever.
Goodbye. General Henry's, what a name for a venue.
No, ridiculous.
Yeah. What's the next gig?
It was that Camden Unicorn in London.
Oh yeah,
which actually is a really, really cool venue.
I like it.
And that the coolest thing is that all their shows are free, and obviously I think it's like non-profit, and it goes towards like homeless shelters in the area, which is obviously really cool.
Was it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is really cool. This one's probably the least funny out of all of them, but there's still some pretty funny stories.
Yeah.
Mainly to do with Alex, he only played like 2 shows with us, and I think that being one of the 2, and then we split up. But he's just the funniest person in the world. I think the most insane thing about that was we decided to just get the tube up there rather than figure out any other alternative method of transport.
Yeah, with all of our gear.
Yeah. Like, I didn't bring the lights. I forgot the lights. Well, I think it's maybe time to make a confession. I didn't forget the lights. I said I forgot the lights because I knew the tube was be hell with them.
Yeah.
So the lights did not come that day.
That's totally fair enough.
But just rush hour as well, like 5:30, trying to get the tube with all of us on there, all 5 of us,
I think we
with
had
all of our gear.
Amp heads, guitars, cymbals. I think like all of our breakables basically.
Why did we not just think like let's get someone to drive us?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I just had my arm like up as well at one point. This is how like cramped it was. I just had my arm up, you know when you like hold the bit on the roof?
Yeah.
My arm was like bent and Alex just like falls forward slightly and his head just like rested gently on my elbow.
Oh.
And he just stayed there for the rest of the journey. He just started hysterically laughing at that too.
Yeah.
Like he found it so funny and it was pretty funny.
I mean that gig wasn't like the funniest gig, but you had one other.
Yeah, it was this guy outside when me, Alex and Lewis were standing outside. Like, none of us smoked. I obviously none of us smoked at the time. Alex obviously being straight edge. Lewis just doesn't smoke.
What a weirdo.
what a fucking loser. Don't you want to be cool, Lewis? Yeah, like, and this guy just walks past like on the phone to whoever, and he just asks us, he's like, one of you just roll me a cigarette right now. And obviously none of us knew how. And he just holds his like stuff. At the time I would have been like stuff because I didn't know what it was. I was like, what is this that he's handing to me? And I was just like, no, like none of us know how to do that. And he's like, hey, to like his friend on the phone, he's like, hey, hold on a minute. And it's like, you're telling me none of you can do this? And I was like, no. And he's like, nah, you're lying to me. Do you know who I am? I was like, no, I'm not. I was like, I'm not from here. I don't know who you are.
You've just done like 4 different accents for this one guy. I'm trying to figure out what his actual accent was.
It's just like Cockney, I think. Right. I don't know. I'm bad with accents, but so I'm going to stop doing accents for him. But he was just like, I'm an Adams. Do you know who I am? I'm an Adams. I still have no clue who this guy is. And then Alex is just... The guy just... Well, eventually he walks off because Alex would not have said this to the guy's face. But he was just like, oh, it's like... Is that Fester's boy, is it? Just Adam's family jokes. But, I mean, this is probably not the funniest show.
It's not the funniest show, but like there are a couple of funny stories. We have to give you a roller coaster of emotions with this podcast, don't we?
Peaks and troughs.
Peaks and troughs, exactly. Now we're heading for another peak.
Although one thing about that show though
was
the sound guy in the Napalm Death shirt.
Oh shit! Yeah, we didn't say that. Yeah.
Yeah, we just decided for those last 2 shows. I don't know why. We just decided we'll just do Napalm Death covers at our shows.
These were the 2 shows before we like broke up.
Yeah. Broke up. Yeah. I think we were just beyond taking it too seriously at that point. I don't know what it was, but we decided to cover "You Suffer" by Napalm Death, which is the shortest song in the world. Like, it actually has the record, doesn't it? Like,
it had a Guinness World Record, yeah. I don't know if it still is, but like, yeah.
But I don't know why, we just decided, let's just do that at these shows. And I think we thought everyone else would find it as funny as us. And they just didn't. But at that one in particular, so I was like, right, we're going to do this. So I was like, anyone here a Napalm Death fan? And the sound guy wearing a Napalm Death shirt is just like, yeah! So I'm like, cool, we're going to cover Napalm Death. And he was probably so excited to hear us do like a good Napalm Death song. Yeah. And we just do "You Suffer," which is 1 point something seconds long, maybe. Yeah. And he still just at the end of the song was like, yeah!
What a guy. Yeah! I love that guy.
Yeah, he was a cool guy.
I think he's done sound for me a couple of times. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah.
Typical Napalm Death fan as well, like long hair, like beard.
Just your stereotypical metalhead looking guy.
That's
like camo 3/4 lengths. Like, yeah. Just
what a guy.
Yeah. What's the next gig?
Devil Sold His Soul.
Here we go.
That was a funny one.
Yeah, so we're playing with Devil Sold His Soul and We Butter the Bread with Butter and Palm Reader as well.
Palm Reader,
yeah.
That's important later.
So actually it happens, it's the first thing that happens, I think. So
yeah,
we're getting set up because we're the opening band, and Jacob just strums a chord on his guitar just to get a level.
Yeah, like he's just plugged it in. That's the insane thing. He's just taken it out of his gig bag, like plugged it in and strummed it. That's it.
And you get the guys from Palmery to just go, tuna, and it was just like that is a rib that we've. Is rib even a word that most people know, or is it a wrestling thing?
It's probably a wrestling thing that whatever.
It's a joke we've maintained for the years since we've played that.
Another
gig.
one aimed at Jacob as well. Like we don't do it to anyone else. I'm beginning to feel like we bully Jacob. Is he okay? I'm so sorry, Jacob. Are you okay, Jacob? If you actually listen to this, please just let us know and don't quit, please. Not again, anyway. Oh god, he's gonna hate that as well. Oh well. Moving on.
Anyway. Right. Give us a second to compose ourselves. Okay, so we're setting up.
I actually can't. Carry on. It's not even funny.
Okay, so we're setting up our gear, right? We're doing a line check, and this line check is like the quickest line check I've ever done. He was like making sure we had some sort of sound come out of our instrument, and that was it. He didn't even bother even while we were playing, he didn't even bother mixing us or anything. So we were told to start playing 5 minutes before doors. So we played literally 1.5 songs to nobody.
While people were just and
while
then
people were just filling in.
The rest of our set people were just starting to come in, put their stuff in the cloakroom, look at the merch of other bands and stuff.
Yeah, and basically the venue only really started to fill up during our last song, by which that was it was too late. And then there was that. Then there was the we butter bread with butter thing. So for some context, the 2 days before this gig, I went on Jordan's drum kit. So Jordan was our drummer for this one. We've had a different drummer for each one because Alex was the first one.
The first Alex.
The general, yeah.
Alex.
Yeah, the first Alex, and then the second Alex, and then this one is Jordan. Yeah.
We've had so many drummers.
God, we've had so many members that are not us.
I know.
Yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah, I went on Jordan's drum kit at rehearsal 2 days prior, and I broke his double kick pedal, and he got really pissed off at me, which is right. So why are people in a band with us? We just constantly piss people off.
I'm starting to realise I'm a dick.
And so I broke this double kick pedal. He was really pissed off at me, but he managed to fix it for the gig. So the drummer of We Butter the Bread with Butter asked to borrow.
For people who don't know who they are as well, they are literally the most insane, weird band.
Yeah.
The closest thing we can link them to is Rammstein.
They're
that kind of
Rammstein.
size, but metalcore. In Germany and Europe, they're absolutely huge. But here, maybe not so much.
No, because they weren't even headlining.
No,
so,
I think they were the Europe end, and they were huge over there.
But yeah, they wanted to borrow Jordan's double kick pedal. So Jordan let them borrow it, but
didn't he say are they going to pay me?
We butter the bread with butter. You're going to expect them to pay you. Anyway, I was there just because it was Jordan told me afterwards that his double kick was not the same and will never be the same again. I was totally stressing out.
Funny, you broke his thing and I'm laughing about it.
Yeah. So I was watching their set, just completely stressed out that they might break the double kick pedal because there were a lot of double kick sections.
Yeah.
So there was that.
They have that song Extreme.
Oh, what a song, mate!
Where they just make the weird noise.
Yeah.
And it just plays.
It's a breakdown that just gets
over
slower
and over
and
again,
slower and slower until it's literally one beat per minute. It's mental.
So me and Sam found that song hilarious, right?
Yeah.
This is something I didn't even mention to you before. This is really funny. We really wanted them to play it.
Yeah.
And this was actually only a week after my 18th birthday, so I got pretty drunk at that show. I was literally just spending all my birthday money on cans of Red Stripe. I came home the next day like, oh, that's my birthday money gone for my 18th on Red Stripe cans.
Nice.
But like between every song, we were just shouting at them like, "Play extreme!" And then, like every time they're like, "Not tonight." We're like every time just shouting at them.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool. So that's gig number 3. Gig number 4. What's gig number 4?
I don't know. Let me check.
Okay.
Blind Tiger.
A Blind Tiger in Brighton.
This is a
Rest
good
in
one.
peace, Blind Tiger. It is now a
didn't that-
Brewdog.
Yeah, when it closed, wasn't there like squatters moved in or something?
I think so. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a fun one.
I don't know why, for a start, we got put on this show. It was like a punk all-dayer, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And I think a lot of people that we're friends with now
Yeah.
were involved with that, but
Yeah.
we thought they were all dicks when
Yeah.
due to what we're about to talk about. But they're not dicks at all. We love them.
They were dicks.
They
At the
were
time.
dicks at the time, though. So
Glad they grew up and realised we're sick.
yeah.
Where do we even start with this?
Right.
It was 2 p.m. again. This is a common theme. All day is they're worse. No one likes them. Like promoters get stressed out. Bands hate it.
No one turns
Venues
up.
like it. Venues don't like it. Sorry, no one turns up. Who is that for? Like who is an all-dayer for?
So there's a jam session 2 hours before the gig starts. Okay, so people are doing covers of like Green Day. What else are they doing?
Crazy Train by Ozzy
Crazy
Osbourne
Train,
had a
okay.
few rounds there, I think.
Right, yeah. Okay. So all these people are doing all these covers.
Like actual basic school band covers.
Yeah. So we decide to get up for this jam session, and we do "Killing in the Name" by Rage Against the Machine.
What did I do? Did I play bass?
I
when
think
we
you
did
might
that?
have done bass. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we decided to do it, and about I don't know, like 30 seconds into the song
Yeah.
or something, yeah, they just turned all of our amps off, and we were like, "What?" And they were like,
What is going on?
"This is not rock school," and it was just like.
Do you know what gets me the most about this story is that one of the people in the other bands was wearing a Rage Against the Machine t-shirt, and he was one of the ones like, "Yeah, fucking turn it off." I was like, and I know exactly who that was that did that too, and I'm gonna tell you not now when we're not doing this.
Is it
What? Yeah.
him?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly him. Yeah.
Cool. All these people
Oh,
probably know that it's them.
he's
We're
such a
talking
cool
about.
guy now as well.
Yeah.
I really like his band.
We love all of these people, by the way. We really do. We
yeah,
really
but
do.
they
We're good
tried
mates
to
with them.
stifle our creativity of Rage Against the Machine cover.
Yeah, we
How
were trying to
dare
be
they.
cool. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was one thing that happened at that gig, and then at that gig as well, when because basically I do a lot of tremolo picking in my guitar playing, which is where basically I move my hand up and down really fast for you non-guitar people. Okay, and these 2 people at the front, I think I know who they are as well, but I can't really remember for sure.
Fucking call them out.
They they were making the motion of the tremolo picking throughout the entire set, but in like a really exaggerated piss-taking way. And I was just there looking at them the entire set, just like, "What the come on, like, stop." So yeah, that was a not a very pleasant.
I decided to do a Wall of Death as well. I don't know why. I thought that was cool. Like, we are not the type of band to be doing a wall. No band should do a Wall of Death. Really, it's
Unless you're Slipknot.
in Slipknot. You can do anything you want.
Yeah,
Like
literally.
Callista at 2 p.m. at the Blind Tiger in Brighton should not be doing a Wall of Death.
Absolutely.
They
Yeah.
cut our set short too, didn't they? Well, they tried.
Yes.
They're like, "Oh, you've got to stop now. You can't play anymore. You've run out of time." And we had a backing track at that point that was just one continuous track, so we literally couldn't stop. Well, we could,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be very good.
It was only like 20 minutes as well.
I know.
So like, I don't.
Never
see what the problem
mind the
was.
fact that they did a 2-hour jam session before we played. Take some time out of that so we can actually play.
I know. Yeah.
But yeah, they said you need to stop. You need to stop because like you ran out of time. It's going to take the next band's set. They were saying that to me, and I don't know why. I thought I was some fucking rock star or something. I was like, "Nah, we got one more song. We're doing it."
Yeah, we were actually being really like Stubborn.
Again, we're just dicks. No, we're the bad people in all of these situations.
Yeah.
Sorry, Blind Tiger.
Promoters, we're not really that bad people. Like,
I hope no one who wants to potentially put us on a show listens to this.
Yeah. We are lovely people to work.
We're so much more mature now too, and we don't do any of this stuff anymore.
Yeah. That's completely true. So, what is our fifth and final gig?
This was Northamptonshire. I get
you remember this better than me.
I get stressed out just thinking about this long journey.
So this was what year was this in? This was like 2015 or something.
Must have been 5 years ago. Yeah.
And there was like a massive like storm like around the country. But
on the way there, it was like the hottest day of the year.
Yeah, it was mental. So like, there was like so much traffic on the way there that we were like running like stupidly late.
We left at 2 p.m. I remember Lewis picked me up from work at 2 p.m. And when I got up bear in mind, I got up at 6 a.m. for work that day. And he picked me up at 2 p.m. and it took 7 hours, I think, to drive there.
Yeah, because we were opening and we were meant to be on at about 7 and we arrived at 9 and the promoter halted the entire gig until we got there, so no bands were playing before us. We arrived at 9, like the rock stars we are, and
just turn up whenever we fucking feel like it.
And they were just like the nicest people ever. They were like, "Oh yeah, do you want to have a sound check? We'll give you a sound." They sound checked us for half an hour, mate.
Offered us a sound check when we turned up an hour and a half late
at 9 o'clock. Yeah, to be an opening band. So we ended up playing at 9:30.
While we're playing, they were screening Jackass on a TV next to. I think like everyone's.
There was a huge projector on the wall right next to us.
Yeah, like everyone's head was just looking to the right of us, watching Jack. There was a barrier as well at that place.
Yeah, it was a cool venue. The Zombie Hut in Corby.
Another time I thought I was a fucking rock star and climbed over the barrier. Like.
Yeah,
nearly
sick.
Like I don't know why I did that. I thought I was so cool, but
yeah, mate. Yeah, real bands stay on the stage.
Yeah.
So
the barrier keeps the peasants away.
Exactly.
I've got to stop joking like I'm an arsehole because people will think I'm serious.
Oh dear. Right. So so that was a funny. What else happened? Oh yeah, there was a thunderstorm the entire time. A really serious like thunderstorm. There was lightning everywhere. It was like really nice apart from that.
Yeah, and we stood outside trying to get cover from the rain, and they gave us like free like wristbands that they'd made up for the show and stuff as well. Like the promoters were so nice. I can't remember the name of them because that'd be really good to say.
It was Sky.
House of Pain.
House of Pain. That's it. They were cool.
They were really cool, and they offered to because we told them how long we had to drive back. This leads on to something else pretty funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember where I'm going with this.
I might. I don't know.
They were like, you can stay here tonight at one of our houses, and we're doing a house show tomorrow that you can play. And Lewis was like, he had work the next day, so we couldn't do it. And then Jordan, he just goes. Yeah, to be fair, good job we're not staying because I'm meant to be seeing my nan tomorrow. Lewis is like, I've got work, and Jordan's like, yeah, to be fair, I was meant to see my nan.
I never thought about that until like you just mentioned it. That's funny. Yeah.
So yeah, we were standing under a metal shelter trying to hide from this thunderstorm as well. Like if lightning struck, it was absolutely going to hit us.
Yeah, but like it did stop raining at one point. And then we were like all out on the benches and stuff, but there was still lightning everywhere.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Weird.
But yeah, that was it. Oh yeah, the way back.
Well, then we decided to drive home.
Yeah.
We watched one other band after us as well, didn't we? And then drove home.
Yeah, because the gig was going to go until like 2 a.m.
Yeah, there's no way.
I think we got home at like just after 2 a.m.
I got in bed at 5:30 because I remember I was awake for 23 and a half hours.
Oh jeez. So maybe we got back way later.
We got back real late. Yeah. So Northamptonshire's a long way away.
It is. It's like
it's Midlands, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not that far, but like I don't know, for some reason
there was a lot of traffic on that.
Really long. Yeah. Anyway, so Lewis is like super tired, so we decided to go to what's it called now?
Like a rest stop.
What are they
truck
called?
stop. Truck stop, is it?
No, service station.
Service station.
Why can't
truck stop? Are we in like Alabama or something?
Alabama. So yeah, so we go to a service station, and
I think I stole a pasty that night because I had no money.
oh my god,
I was just like, I'm fucking hungry, so I just stole a cheese and onion pasty from like the service stations.
you're not doing yourself any favours, are
I
you?
know, I'm really not. I've changed. I'm not like this anymore.
So yeah, so Lewis was clearly like really tired. I was like, mate, I think you need to sleep. Just have a 15-minute nap. And he's like, no, don't worry. If I fall asleep while we're driving back, the rumble strips will wake me up. And I was like, oh god.
Meanwhile, Jordan's purchasing himself a magazine for £8 because it had The Cure on the cover.
I love it.
He's actually a legend. I love that.
Yeah.
I love Jordan.
Yeah. So we are driving back, and guess what happens?
Yeah, the rumble strips. And I was like, is that... Because he's like, oh, you'll know it, like, when it happens. So I was like, oh, is that you, like, showing us the rumble strips, Lewis? And he's like... Nope, that was me falling asleep, and the rumble strips just saved your lives. So I think that we still had like 3 hours left of driving at this point.
It was not late in the journey. It was like pretty early.
So I think we just rolled down the windows, blasted some music, and sang really loud to try and keep them awake.
Band it was that we were playing.
Who was it?
It was one of those. It was Moose Blood.
Cancelled. Yeah, cancelled. We weren't listening to that. They weren't cancelled then, to be fair. It wasn't
at the
public
time.
knowledge.
Yeah. But yeah. So, on that note, we'll end the podcast.
What a way to end.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so 5 really funny gigs. Any honourable mentions? Synthfest last year was
Synthfest, that was incredible.
Acting like idiots in
the
the back garden.
Southampton I felt so sorry for Phoebe having to be with us that day, because that's when we started our whole hog calling phase where we were just making pig noises non-stop.
Anyone who wants to know about this, just go on YouTube and type in what is it, the Illinois...
I know it, were Illinois State Fair Hog Calling Contest 2010.
It's something
and
else.
And that's what we were doing all day. That was a good time.
And then, during a sound check,
yes,
one of the other bands started doing it. And this was like just at the time where we discovered this thing. And like, we were just pissing ourselves because like, how can another band be into the same thing as us at the same time? Like 10 years later after the thing. So, yeah, funny times.
Crazy.
Yeah. Cool. So I think we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah.
This has been a funny podcast.
Oh man.
Oh, we're dicks. Anyway,
we're going to be cancelled after this.
Yeah, I think so. Oh well.
It's been nice being Callista. We're probably going to have to split up now.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.